I've made another unboxing video on this TP-Link Tapo doorbell camera. If you haven't catched that video, follow the link on the top right to watch that video before coming back to this one. So with the installation, the first step is for us to charge the battery. And by the way, it takes us about 5 to 6 hours to charge up the battery. The micro USB doesn't plug in all the way. As we plug it in, we just got to make sure the indicator light lights up orange. That means it's charging. It turns green when it's fully charged. Okay, while the battery is charging, let's move on to do step 2, which is to use the supplied pin to open the back panel. There is this tiny pinhole above the doorbell, and I can feel a spring mechanism when I push it in. And here it is. That's the spring mechanism that we are pushing to unlatch the doorbell. And see this orange seal? This is a seal that helps make this camera IP64 dust and water resistant. To cover the back plate, we sit the doorbell on the bottom catch and then simply push and snap on the top latch. Okay, on to step 3. Now is the time to install the Tapo app from Google Play Store. I already have this app running on my phone because I'm using 7 of the TP-Link Tapo cameras and 2 of its smart lights already. I've been using TP-Link Tapo cameras for many years. Given that the battery is still charging, I'm going to jump right ahead and start to mount the camera. Between the adhesive and the screw mounting choices, I think I'm going to go with the screw mounting because I don't trust adhesive as they tend to dry up and drop over time. There is also this wedge for us to angle the camera in case we are mounting on a side of the wall. For my front door, the groove is just a little bit small for this doorbell. So I have to activate my DIY skills. I'm going to cut a piece of wood to prop up the doorbell so the doorbell can sit nicely on that piece of wood. I'm too lazy to set up my workbench and mount this mitre box, so I'm just going to hold it with my hand, and it takes a little bit of force, but I managed to saw this without any drama. So this piece of wood is just nice, small enough to slip into the groove of the door. Now it's time for me to drill 2 holes for the countersunk screw. I need to use countersunk screw because I want the screw head to be flushed with the surface of the wood. And there we go. Perfect. Now I'm using the supplied screws that comes with the Tapo doorbell and a 2mm drill bit to drill the pilot hole. I still don't have the battery because the battery is still charging, but I'm going to test it to see if it looks okay. It looks pretty nice, but I hope the wooden pillar on the left is not going to block the camera. I think it all really depends on how wide the angle of the camera is. Up next, let's set up the Tapo hub that comes with the doorbell. The doorbell needs this hub to access the internet, as well as store its footage in the SD card on this hub. The hub can run using Wi-Fi, but for initial setup, we need to plug this hub to the router using the provided Ethernet cable. So let's connect the Ethernet cable and connect the power supply. There is an indicator light, which I don't understand why it's placed at the indent underneath, rather than somewhere more prominent. Perhaps they didn't want this indicator light to be too bright at night. I don't know. Anyway, let's start the installation. On the top right of the app, we have Add a Device. Let's pick the hub. The icon makes it so intuitive to easily pick the right one. Mine is this H200. Power up and connect to the router. Okay, I've done that. Make sure phone is connected to the same network. Yes, already connected. Check the LED is solid amber. Yep, that looks amber to me. And now it's searching and connecting the hub to the Tapo app on our phone. Yay, it's connected. And yep, this device name looks alright. And next, we are assigning this hub to a room. And then we are told to do a firmware update. Let me go through the firmware update, and I think it's going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to skip forward. Okay, we are back. It took about 10 minutes, and now the setup is complete. Cool, the hub is now ready. Wait, one more thing. It's asking me to insert an SD card for local storage. Okay, let's do that. And then these are some instructions on where to place the hub. Okay, here we go. The hub is now added. What? More updates? I guess it's a good thing that TP-Link Tapo have so many updates. It shows that they are constantly upgrading and improving their app and firmware. Okay, once again, I'm going to skip forward so you don't have to wait for this update. So, after the update, we can now access the hub. And let's format the micro SD card. And now the micro SD card is ready. Finally, on to the last step, and that is to install the battery on the camera and set up the camera. So contact points are at the bottom, and we just have to simply push it in. And straight away, the indicator lights are flashing red and green. Now let's jump back into the app and see what do we have to configure. This time, we go into the hub and tap on this pad devices, and then we can select the doorbell. Well, there is only one doorbell. It says use a pin to open up the camera and install the battery. Well, I've already done that. Check the indicator light is blinking red and green. Yep, it's blinking. And yep, that's the doorbell we want to connect. And now it's attempting to connect. It's taking quite a while. I don't know what it's doing, but yep, okay. Finally, it's connected. Similar to the hub, we need to add this one to one of our rooms. And I need to make one for my entrance because I don't have an entrance room on my Tapo app. And here we go. Almost done. What else do we need to do? Oh, nah, no thanks, not subscribing to the cloud service. Finally, it's all done. And now it's guiding us to find a desired location to mount the camera. But I've already mounted the camera. Anyway, there we go. It's working now. Let's go out and attach it to the base plate at the door of my entrance. And now it's asking me to test the Wi-Fi signal and trying to guide me through the mounting option and so on, which I probably shouldn't have done that earlier. Luckily, the position of the doorbell that I've mounted is good, and the reception from the hub is good as well. And there we go, it's all set up and ready to go. Before I end this video, I might as well show you some demo of the app. And I find this feature really useful. I don't even have to talk to the person to answer the door.
Hi there. Please leave the item by the door. I'll be there in a minute.
Testing, this is a test. Thanks for watching this video. It's been a long one, and I'll see you in the next video.